Did you know you can move into a brand new home in Bowling Green's Warren East area for under $300,000? Yes, that's right. In this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of 3 new construction neighborhoods where you can get just that. Plus, we're going to check out schools, things to do nearby, and where to grab some great barbecue when you're done house hunting. Let's get started right now. Hey there, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Kentucky or even the Tennessee area, be sure to hit that bell and subscribe button below so you'll be the first to learn about new videos as we post them. My name's Melissa and I get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Kentucky, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, be sure to give us a call, send us a text, or give us an email, and we'll be sure to make your move a smooth one to Kentucky. So it's hard to talk about South Central Kentucky, or Bowling Green more in fact, without talking about the Corvette Museum and the Corvette plant, which is right around the corner. So this area of Warren County that we're going to be visiting today is right down the street from both of these locations, and this is the home of the Corvette. This is where every Corvette that's been made gets made right here in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and one of the things we're most known for. So you've probably seen that iconic sphere when you've been driving down the interstate. That's the exit that we're getting off to go take a look at 3 neighborhoods where you can find a home for under $300,000. So the very first neighborhood I thought of when I thought, where could we find some affordable housing in Warren County that's under $300,000? And there are a couple of neighborhoods on the north side of town. The first one we're going to go to is Lansing Lane. Now Lansing Lane isn't a full subdivision, it's a little mini subdivision. It's really only 2 streets, they kind of loop around, there's no through traffic, and it's at the backside of Northridge. Northridge is an established neighborhood. It actually, funny enough, was the location of the very first home I ever listed as a brand new agent. And so I'm pretty familiar with it. I sold a house just around the corner in this subdivision too, the newer section of Lansing Lane. So Lansing Lane, everything's going to be only a year or 2 old. A lot of brand new construction still available here. And like I said, it's no through traffic, so it's not a very large neighborhood. Also, for being a smaller neighborhood, it doesn't have a whole lot of amenities. So really you're just getting like the monument and the maintenance of that monument. There are no sidewalks currently, but there's also no through traffic. So you could easily walk through this neighborhood. And again, everything's mostly 1 story, 3 bedroom, 2 bath for the majority of it, although there are some 4 bedrooms here that have 2 baths. And you're looking at anywhere between, 1,300 up to maybe 1,500 square feet, but majority of them are going to be about 1,300. And this home right behind me is on market at the time of this listing. And so we're gonna go take a quick tour so I can show you what some of these homes look like as far as finishes and qualities. Now, I will say this, there isn't like one specific builder for this area. You have generally a couple of builders in here, and the developer sold some of the lots to different builders. So you're gonna find some of these homes are fairly similar, but between the builders there could be varying floor plans, or there could be a little difference in the quality of the finishes. So let's go inside and take a look at the very first home. Now we're in the house, and this one is 1,383 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. I'm gonna give you some of my takes as we walk through as a realtor. I really like the darker siding. I know that that's really in style right now. They did accent it with some white trim, very cute. Love the glass paneled front door. I think that's a really sweet touch. Let's go on in. Okay, we're in the house. So very first thing I noticed, and it's kind of hard to tell because they don't have this home staged, and that's why there's a bit of an echo, so I apologize. Separate entryway. I love a separate entryway because sometimes you want that definition of space when you're coming in from outside, a place to have people take shoes off, a place where you can kind of acclimate, drop your things before you come into the house and not feel like it's all over your living room. Really hate that, right? And then you come in and it's an open space. So you've got open living area, the dining over here, nice chandelier. They did the granite countertops and a separate island. I think it's just really, really pretty. And they did stainless steel appliances already in. This builder is including the refrigerator. Love that, because a lot of times we don't see the refrigerator included in new construction homes. I love a separate island. It's got a little bit of an overhang, so you've got a place to have breakfast in the morning, separate from your dining room over here. And then behind me, we've got a great room. Great room, couple of windows, really nice size space, and 3 walls. So that's important because you want a place to be able to put that furniture. To the left, we step through here, we are into the primary suite. Has a trade ceiling, LV wide plank floors throughout this whole home. I just love that. You have a great wall over here where you could probably put your bed. I think a king would fit there, actually. And then behind me over here, really spacious closet for the owner. And then you have a really great primary suite. They did an initial clean on the home, but it's not like totally move-in ready. They'll do a deep clean before they do a closing, but they've got a great double sink here. No tub in this home. It does have a step-in shower with sliding glass door and another storage closet for your linens. Love that. So this is a split floor plan. If you're not familiar with what a split floor plan means, it means that on one side of the home, you have your primary owner suite, and then on the other side of the home, you have your other bedrooms. So you have a little bit of privacy and space definition. I love the rounded corners. That is definitely an upgrade. There are several upgrades throughout the home, including raised panel doors that they have done here. So that's going to be a linen closet. Over here, you have a second bathroom, as well as the laundry room. And then coming further down, 2 more bedrooms. So that is this home, and this would be what I would consider sort of more of an entry-level home for the neighborhood, because considering the square footage and 3 bedrooms, but a great price point to be able to get a brand new construction home. Oh, and also love, they've got this large glassed back door, has built-in panel for blinds, and then outside you can see on the back, already has a deck. So great spot, ready to move in, have a barbecue. Let's take a drive through this neighborhood so you can get a better feel for the homes that are in it, and then we're going to head over to the next neighborhood. Okay, now we're over in Cedar Point subdivision. Now Cedar Point is, I guess you could kind of, when we swing around, you can take a look. That behind me right there, that's Northridge. And then across the street off of Plum Springs Road, this is the newest subdivision. This is called Cedar Point, and they are currently in development of phase 1. You can see some little cross traffic going on off of Plum Springs. But as the side of northern Warren County, which we also call Warren East, it's the locals tend to go by the area more based on the school district than the actual geography. And that's something that I know a lot of people aren't really used to when they come here, but you'll learn it as you're looking at properties and as you're looking for a place to live. You'll find like the Alvaton area isn't just Alvaton. A lot of times people refer to it as the Greenwood School District, for example, or they might refer to the southern side of Warren County as the South Warren District. They are going off of the school districts, and I can share a copy of that map so that you can get to know some of the areas. But this is northeast, I guess, Warren County, but it's known as Warren East School District. So for that reason, as you're looking for homes and you're looking up in this area, you may call me up and say, hey Melissa, we want to look on the Warren East School District so that we can be close to the Trans Park area. I'm going to know exactly what you're talking about. But this is the map. They're in the process of developing out this yellow section, which is phase 1 of the subdivision. Let's go drive through this neighborhood and take a look at some of the homes that are currently under construction as well as the ones that have been completed, and then we'll get a feel for phase 1 and phase 2. So now we are over in Cedar Point, and this home that's right behind me is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet for $274,900. I love the all blacked out look. It's got the blacked out windows. It's got the under the eave lights, which I'm not sure you could save. I could point that. There we go. And I just love that look. All blacked out, it's really slick. Also has a super quiet lot, because even though this is like the main street here, again, this neighborhood does not have through traffic, but the lot behind it, there are lots here that back up to another subdivision. I can show you, but they're treed. So, and there's like a little bit of a ravine in between, sort of a ditch, I guess, in between. And then you have other lots further down the street where there's actually sort of a protected preserve area that the subdivision or the developer had to do. And so nobody's gonna be building back there. So that's a great option. Now, this home has a sodded front yard, though we're really dry right now. So this grass desperately needs water. And they've put in the landscaping already. I like that they've done some flowering, I don't know, little tea roses and things right there. Let's go take a look at the inside. I really like the floor plan of that all black home. For 4 bedrooms, it has a really great use of space. The bedrooms are a little bit smaller, which is sometimes a trade-off when you go from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom, is that square footage gets utilized in other ways. However, having some of the same features like the rounded corners and the granite and the upgrades like that, it also had a tile backsplash and a covered back porch, which is kind of surprising, especially in this price point, to be under $300,000 and get an upgrade like a covered back porch where you can sit out there on the deck and, you know, like have a sip of tea or just relax. You could put a TV out there. You could have a small like solo fire pit out there. I think it's a really great trade-off to have a little bit smaller square footage in a bedroom to be able to have more of that indoor-outdoor space if that's something that you're looking for. I also really like that that particular floor plan has its own separate primary suite tub. Even though it's only a 1-sink vanity, you get more counter space sometimes on those 1-sink vanities than you would otherwise. So if you're not going to be like 2 people using that shared space all the time at the same time, you may prefer having a little bit more counter space, and then having that separate tub and shower, which again, all things that you can think of when you're looking at homes under $300,000 in this North Warren East area. I really also like some of the looks of these. Like this particular one had the all blacked out windows, so did that white one next to it. But the white one had some pops of black trim, really chunky porch beams, which I thought was a nice touch too. By the way, before I go on to the next neighborhood, I want to let you know that that particular floor plan that we just saw on that black house, I've actually seen in a few neighborhoods around here. So that builder does build in other subdivisions. If you like this subdivision, it does have sidewalks, which Lansing Lane did not have, and there's more to be developed here. So there's the possibility of being able to get that same floor plan with a couple different modifications perhaps on another lot here and be in this neighborhood. But next, let's go check out another neighborhood that has similar floor plans, similar price point, but more amenities. So now we're over in Harmony Landing. Now this neighborhood has more amenities, slightly higher HOA. HOA fees are nothing compared to what they are in other areas around the country, including like Tennessee, where Bowling Green has a much lower tolerance for high HOAs. Although it's a trade-off, you also don't get as many amenities. So we don't have things like community swimming pools typically, but we do have things like this behind me. So this is the only subdivision that we're seeing today that has a covered pavilion for your neighborhood mailboxes. All three neighborhoods, if you noticed, didn't have any mailboxes at the street, but this particular subdivision does have a covered mailbox area and also parking over here where you can park and come over and get your mail. If you want to drive down, you don't want to walk to get the mail, you can definitely do that here at Harmony Landing. Let's go take a look at some of the common areas because I think that makes it really special. And then I also want to show you some of the homes. Now, this subdivision is going to be pretty typical with the pricing of the other ones in that they're running about $179 to like the upper 180s on a square foot. However, you're getting more amenities here for the HOA fee of $350 a year, which includes a neighborhood park and common space. And then the square footage is also a little bit larger. So where those other homes are running between 13 to 1,500 square feet, a lot of the homes here are gonna be close to the 1,500 square feet, and then some of them even go up over 1,800 square feet. So your pricing is a little bit higher, but you're also getting a little bit larger home and amenities. Let's go take a look around the neighborhood. Laundry room, has bedroom 2 over here. Love these wood floors. Beautiful LV. Love this. Oh my gosh. Cabinet and counter choice. Fabulous. Bedroom 3 and bedroom 4. And this vaulted great room is fabulous. It's also open to the kitchen over here. They have yet to put any light bulbs in that over there. It's got a pantry. Brand new. Everything's brand new. We've got a deck out back, blinds already installed. That will be more homes eventually. Let's go check out this primary suite. Here's vanity and shower. Primary bedroom, the primary bed. Okay, we just finished our tour on the interior of that one, and did you notice it is the same floor plan from the same builder that we looked at earlier. Also 4-bedroom, 2-bath, had the raised panels on the doors, had the rounded corners, had upgraded lighting, but the difference of the trim and color package, it just comes down to personal preference. You know, they're both darker homes, except the other one had the white trim contrasting. This one has kind of a tannish color, but the interior, y'all, I was in love with the interior cabinet and countertop choice in this one. I thought it was just beautiful. Well, let's head over to the last house that I want to show you today. This one is going to be a bit of a wild card, so hold tight. Okay, so I'm going to hang out at the pavilion here for just a little bit. I think this is one of the areas that really makes this neighborhood so special. The fact that you have multiple pavilions, you have a playground, you have a dog park area, you have sodded green space, and then you also have a lighted pickleball court and a lighted half-court basketball court. So love that this neighborhood has this option that you can come and hang out here. And I want to just go over some of the reasons that people might want to select Northern Warren County or the Warren East School District area if they're thinking about moving to Warren County, Kentucky. So employers in the area, by far, the Trans Park has probably the most concentrated of jobs that there is in Warren County. You have places like Magna, you have the Corvette assembly plant for GM, and then you have a lot of other ancillary businesses, and the Trans Park is continuing to grow. It also has a community technical college that's there. They really work to specialize in conjunction with Western Kentucky University for having trained, skilled jobs for all of the employers that are coming to the area. So this puts you in a great proximity to be a short drive to be able to get there. You're just off of the exit that has the Corvette Museum and the Bowling Green assembly plant, and then you're a short drive to the Trans Park off of 31W. In addition to local area amenities, you have the Ephraim White County Park. Now, that is a Warren County park, and there's a lot available there to do. They have walking trails, they have a sporting pavilion, and then they also have a senior center. There's so much to do over at Ephraim White County Park. Beyond that, things to do in the area would include the historic rail park and Bowling Green. You're on the same side of town as Beachbend, where they have a water park as well as the drag race area, and then like roller coasters and that sort of thing. So you have an actual entertainment area close by. Again, you're close to the Corvette Museum and NCM Motorsport Park if you want to go take your hand at driving a Corvette around the track. And then Pelican Snowballs is also on this side of town. They put up a new location in Warren East. So if you're looking for a local treat that you don't have to go very far into Bowling Green to be able to use or have, they have some outdoor seating area. They also have an indoor area. And we sort of touched already on the schools, but I'll go into a little bit more information. So the area schools include Bristow Elementary, as well as Warren East Middle and Warren East High School. Those schools are growing in capacity. They're growing in amenities. They were recently remodeled. And I expect we'll probably in the near future, with the population of Bowling Green expected to more than double and more neighborhoods coming like this all the time to this side of town, I expect at some point in the near future we'll be seeing a new elementary school being developed for the area. If you're looking for additional information, you can check out websites like Great Schools or Niche. They have amazing information. You're also more than welcome to call any of these schools and the school district. They would be happy to give you more information about the schools in Warren County. All right, I told you I had a little wild card. Sometimes I do this, you know, we get to house hunting. I like to stay within your budget. I want to stay within where you're comfortable. But if it's in your budget to maybe look at something that you hadn't considered, well, that's where I come in with the wild card. So this home is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. That's also brand new behind me, but it's priced at $334,900. Now, what do you get in this neighborhood for $334,900 that you couldn't get in those other homes? Well, you get over 1,863 square feet. So if 1,500 square feet is feeling just a little bit too small, it might be worth to come up just a little bit on price point to get a 4-bedroom, 2-bath that has 2 stories, a graded bonus room, and also a second floor. Let's go on in and take a look around. Let me just go ahead and say right now, I am loving the black exterior of this home, and the fact that it has a little bit bigger elevation gives it just a little bit more of a grand feeling to it. It also has those higher dormers on the roof and a great sod front yard. I absolutely love the extra wide entryway, just gorgeous. Let's go inside. The first thing you notice is that extra wide entry continues on the interior. Coming over here, we've got a laundry room, and primary suite is up front. It has vaulted ceiling. And then I love this sliding door here going into the primary suite bathroom with double vanities, gorgeous shower. Let's take a look at that shower. Just love it. Got a water closet, walk-in closet. So let's do this again right here. Double vanity. So pretty. And continuing out here, we have stairs going up. This is the only home that we're seeing on our tour that has this trade ceiling and a fireplace right in the middle. It's framing these beautiful windows, and it's a private lot. This one backs up to the back of the subdivision, so you're not gonna have anybody like really on top of you. Oh my gosh, this kitchen. I can't with this kitchen. I found my pick for the day. Let's talk about gorgeous, hold on. I mean, light fixtures and that sink fixture, the hardware and the backsplash. I'm loving it all. Then out back, covered porch. Oh, is it quiet back here? Love that side yard. Can we just talk about this fireplace for a second? Like, oh my gosh. Put that in my highlight reel. All right, I did not get the light in here. There we go, okay. Here is your hall bath. Double vanity, yeah, pretty standard bath. You've got bedroom 2. These have ceiling fans in them. Bedroom 3. Right. Let's go check out the reason it's a little bit higher priced. We've got a walk-up bonus room. Take a look at that. So this is a bonus room that could also be a 4th bedroom. It has some mini split up here, and it has a large step-in closet. So if you're looking for a 4-bedroom, this could be your 4-bedroom, or it can be your bonus room. But to me, oh my gosh, I would just hang out in this space all the time. Like, look at the thickness of this mantle. That's insane. And you know, I actually love an electric fireplace because you can decide if you want to put heat out or not, and it makes a crackling sound. Love it. All appliances included, and the blinds already installed in this home. Loving these light fixtures too. Let's look at those. Deep farmhouse sink. Loving the cabinetry. Okay, we're out back at this last home. Now, what did you think? For a wild card, tell me the truth, $334,900, but you get 1,800 square feet, over 1,800 square feet instead of 1,300 to 1,500, and you have a sodded yard, you have a bonus room, and this amazing covered back porch. And again, this tree line right here, well, that's the end of the neighborhood. So it should remain relatively quiet unless they decide to develop on the other side of that tree line at some point, but that's not part of this neighborhood. So what do you think? These are the homes. We're gonna go grab something to eat and let's chat a little bit more about Warren East. Well, we just finished our tour of the Warren East area, and now I'm at a local favorite, the Smoky Pig, where they have amazing barbecue. And I gotta say, I think Kentucky has something on Texas and the rest of the country when it comes to great barbecue. You just gotta know where you're going. Smoky Pig off 31W is amazing. It's known by all the locals, and it's definitely a local favorite. I've got the barbecue pork plate, and it came with beans and some amazing coleslaw. So I'm gonna enjoy my lunch, but if you're interested in more information about buying a home in Warren County and the Warren East area, give my team and I a call. We would love to help you today.